Good morning, students. In the last class, we discussed the bridge course, quadratic expressions. In that, we discussed the product of roots as well as sum of the roots, and as well as how to find the roots, whether the roots when it is real roots when it will come, as well as the imaginary roots when it will come, and equal roots when it will come. Based on the discriminant, we discussed it. Now we are going to discuss the some examples on basis of it. Let us take one example here to solve the finding the roots. One example here: x square minus 9x plus 14 equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation we have. So how can we solve this one is, we can try for the splitting method. An example, splitting method in the sense, first you have to be consider this one here. So the 9x you have to split, and that 9x how to split in the sense, if you take the product of those two, you have to get these two product, that is 14x square. So product should be 14x square. Product should be 14x square, and sum should be what? Minus 9x should come. So sum is minus 9x, product is 14x square. Like that, which two you can? How can you divide this minus 9x? You have to see. Let us, if you observe it, 14 in the sense 7 twos are 14, and even if you take one positive another negative, means you will get minus will come. That's why both negative means you will get plus. That's why I am taking 7x 2x, and what signs you have to keep means, if you multiply both, you have to get the positive plus 14x square, means both should be have negative only. Why? Because if you add these two, you will get minus 9x. If you multiply these two, you will get 14x square. Like that, you need to be split it. Then minus 9x can be replaced with minus 7x minus 2x. Then x square minus 7x minus 2x plus 14 equal to 0. Then x into x minus 7 minus, if you take from these two minus 2 common, you will get x minus 7 equal to 0. Then if you take common x minus 7 from these two, we have x minus 2 equal to 0. So if these two product equal to 0 means either x minus 7 equal to 0 or x minus 2 equal to 0. Then x minus 7 equal to 0 if you taken x is equals to 7, as well as x minus 2 equal to 0 if you taken x is equals to 2. So like this, we have real roots and the discrete real roots. Here one is 7, another one is 2, like that. So in the same way, if you take then examples, few examples you can solve it. So we can practice it here. What more examples? 2x square plus 5x minus 12, 2x square plus 5x minus 12 equal to 0. This you try it. So as well as second one I am giving you for practice here. 3x square plus 8x plus 5 equal to 0. 3x square plus 8x plus 5 equal to 0. And I am these two you practice it, and you find the roots. Now we will go to the discussion of, so one more example, how can you find the roots of it. So one example here is, here the example is like this: 4x square minus 4ax plus a square minus b square equal to 0. So what is the roots of this equation, quadratic equation? You can see the order there, it is a quadratic equation. This can be do, if you want to split by splitting method, it will be takes you the confusion. So how to split you don't know, but you can simply do by what the formula used based on you say using the formula you can simply do this one. This is if you compare it with our general quadratic equation. What is our general quadratic equation? We have a x square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So comparing these two equations, if you compare these two equations, a equal to what? A plus here, x square quotient a equal to 4 and b equal to minus 4a and c equal to what? C equal to a square plus b square. So a square minus here b square. And what is the expression? What is the formula to finding the roots here we have? So formula for finding the roots is x equal to minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Now minus b means minus of minus 4a, that is plus 4a plus or minus root over b square in the sense minus 4a whole square. Minus 4a whole square means here 16a square or minus 4ac. A is 4, already one more 4 is there, and a is 4 and c is what? A square minus b square by 2a. A square minus b square by 2a. Now if you simplify this one, 4a plus or minus under root of 16a square minus 16, 4 for the 16 into a square. If you open the bracket here, 16 into a square and minus of minus plus 16 into b square. Now plus 16a square minus 16a square cancel, and the denominator you have 2a. And if you simplify this, 4a plus or minus here under root 16b square. What is our 16b square? If it's come out from the root, 16b square when it's coming out from the root, it will be 4b. So 4a plus or minus 4b by 2a will come. So x is equals to, here x is equals to 4a plus or minus 4b. 16b square only remains, no, that's why it will come 4b by 2a. Then x is equals to, if you cancel 4 on the here numerator, if you take common, a plus or minus b by 2a, here 2 times here. So x is equals to 2 into a plus b here 2a. A is 4 here. Here x square plus a is 4 only. So 4 so here minus b 4a and 2a. A is what? 4. 2 4s are here 8. A is 4, that is 8. Then you will get here, so you will get 8 if you taken common, then you will get a plus b by 4 here 2 times cancel, no? Then a plus b by 2 one root, and x is equals to a minus b by 2 and the root will come. So like this we have 2 roots, a plus b by 2 and a minus b by 2. So this is the way you can solve this one. And now we can go for the another one example that. So here they are given the example like this. Find the difference of the roots of the quadratic equation x square minus root 20x plus 4 equal to 0. So x square minus root 20x plus 4 equal to 0. X square minus root 20x plus 4 equal to 0. So this quadratic equation is the given. They are asking find the difference of root, not finding the roots. They are asking difference of the roots. In general, we discussed that in the last class. If the quadratic equation is like this, if the quadratic equation is like this, the quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c is there. Sum of roots, what we have? Sum of roots, that is, if you take an alpha and beta are roots, alpha and beta are the roots. If the alpha and beta are the roots, means sum of the roots is alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a, and product of the roots are that is alpha beta equal to c by a we have. So this is the information we know, but they are asking find the difference of the roots. So we need alpha minus beta is how much we want it. We need alpha minus beta, difference of roots. But from the quadratic equation, whatever they given to you, from this quadratic equation you can know alpha plus beta and alpha beta, because the sum you can find, product you can find, but difference you want it actually in this problem. So difference you want to find it out. See, alpha minus beta is there, no? So we have a formula like this. If you know a plus b, and if you know ab, and how can you find a minus b? You can do like this. A minus b whole square is equals to a plus b whole square minus 4ab we can write. You can expand here. A plus b whole square minus 4ab if you taken, you will get a minus b whole square only. You can check it here. A square plus b square plus 2ab minus 4ab. Then you can write a square plus b square 2ab minus 4ab means minus 2ab. So what is this? A square plus b square minus 2ab means that is a minus b whole square or not? That's why a minus b whole square means you can write a plus b whole square minus 4ab. The same way here you want it actually what? Alpha minus beta. What do you know? Alpha plus beta, how much you know? Alpha beta, how much you know? So I am going to write alpha minus beta like this. Alpha minus beta whole square is equals to alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. So alpha plus beta, that is minus b by a. Here comparing these equations. What is a? X square coefficient. What is x square coefficient in this expression? 1. So that is I can write like this. X square coefficient is 1. Means here I can write like this. A equal to 1. And the x coefficient is minus root 20. So x coefficient means b. B is minus root 20. Next constant c is 4. Constant c equal to 4. Now sum of the roots, alpha plus beta means minus b by a is there, no? So minus b means again minus root 20 by a is 1. That is root 20. So sum of the roots is root 20. And product is c by a. C is what? 4. By a is 1. That is equal to 4. Then if you substitute in this expression, you can get it alpha minus beta. That is what they are going to ask here. So alpha minus beta whole square equal to alpha plus beta is sum of the roots, that is root 20 whole square minus 4 into product of the roots is c by a, that is 4. So root 20 square means 20 minus 16. So 20 minus 16 is 4. 20 minus 16 is 4. Then alpha minus beta, what you will get? Alpha minus beta whole square is equals to, you have alpha minus beta whole square equal to, you have 4. Then alpha minus beta equal to plus or minus 2, it will come. Why? Because plus or minus under root 2. So if you take only the magnitude, so alpha plus beta only if you take positive, alpha minus beta is either plus 2 or alpha minus beta is either minus 2. Like this alpha minus beta you can able to determine. This is the difference of the roots. Difference of the roots, like this we can find. So the quadratic equation we found by splitting method, that is minus ax square plus bx plus c is there. No, bx if you split it, you have to get what? A c x square. So in that way if you split and that numbers you have to select it, and if you substitute in place of bx, you will get the roots. Or else you are unable to split the like that, you can directly use the formula to finding the roots, that is minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. So usually in physics is concerned, this kind of quadratic equations many times, not only in the function of x variable is x here, but in terms of charge it will come, in terms of different potential second year topics or first year topics, many times you will get in capacitors times will come, resistor wise will come. So different variables will be present. So the quadratic equation you have to solve that time. So this kind of problems you need to be practice well. Okay. So you have in the lower standards, whatever the 9th or 10th standard you studied, how to determine those also. Those you practice well, and whatever the problems we given, you practice it. Now another important concepts we are going to discuss it, that is binomial expansion. So what is binomial expansion and how we use it, physics we will be discussing. Okay. Now we will start discussing the binomial theorem. So in this, how can we expand, like a plus b whole power n is there, no? So if a plus b whole power n, this expansion you can do like this. This is nc0 a power n b power 0 plus nc1 a power n minus 1 b power 1 plus nc2 a power n minus 2 b power 2 and so on and so on. We can write like this: ncn a power n minus n means 0, b power n. So this is the expansion you have. In this, I am recollecting the points what you know. NCR. So here NC0, NC1, NC2, that is in general we can write NCR. Here NCR equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial. So n minus r factorial into r factorial. So this is NCR we have. So in this we can discuss that. Suppose you have 3 factorial. 3 factorial means you can write 3 into 2 into 1. Like that 5 factorial means you know how to write 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That is up to 1 you can write like that. And also one more thing, NCR equal to NC n minus R. NCR, NC n minus R both are same only. So NCR means here, for example, 5C 1 is there. 5C 1 and 5C4 is there. So 5C1, 5C4 is there. So 5C1 is we can write like this here. One more thing. NC1 is nothing but N only. And NC0 is nothing but 1. NC1 is N and NC0 is 1. Next. We can also write N. Suppose example if you taken like this. 5C1 is there and 5C4 is there. See 5C4, 5C1 both are same only. Why? Because NCR and Cn minus R both are same. See this is you can also write NC. N minus 1 means N is 5. N minus R means 4. That is equal to 5C. 1 only will come. So 5C4, 5C1 are equal only. So these are the formulas you can remember it. NCR means N factorial. Factorial means how can you write? So the basics what we are giving. Just all these formulas if you learn, then only the physics will be easy for you. Okay. But complete the binomial expansion and all not needed. So from this what we want it in physics, what we usually use in physics, we are going to be discuss it. First this expansion, you know. These what are the terms involved in it, if you know, then we will go for it. So a plus b whole power n means nc0 a power n and b power 0 like this. This expansion we have to observe it. And NCR means this is you know how to write. Now in general, if you have taken the formula like this, and using this also you can simplify it. Suppose sometimes you not remember the what a plus b whole power 4 or a plus b whole cube. These formulas suddenly if you forget also, we can able to get it from this expansion. Let us one example you can see here. What is the example we have here is if you observe example, suppose you want to write a plus b whole cube. You not remember a plus b whole cube. So this is simply like this. So first NC0 a power n is how much now? 3. B power 0 plus n means what? 3. So 3C0 a cube and b power 0. Next 3C1 a power n minus 1 means 3 minus 1 b power 1 plus 3C2 a power 3 minus 2 into b power 2 plus 3C3. So 3C3 is a power 3 minus 3 means a power 0 b cube. Like this we can expand. Now this expansion we can simplify. We know 3C0, 3C3 both are same. That is equal to 1 because NC0 is 1. And 3C1, NC1 is n only means 3 only. And 3C2, 3C2 is also 3C1 only because NC are equal to NC n minus r. So NC n minus r means 3C3 minus 2 means 3C1. That is equal to what? 3 only. So those things if you substitute in this, what you will get it here? 3C0 means 1 a cube. So 1 into b power anything power 0 is 1 only. Anything power 0 is 1. You know, suppose a power 0 1 only. How? You can ask a power 0 how it is 1. A power 0 means you can write a power 1 minus 1. A power 0 means you can write a power 1 minus 1. Then it is you can split base common. Base common is there. You can separate the powers like this. A power 1, a power minus 1. So again, if bases are common, you can add the powers. So here powers I splitted. I am making bases are common. Now a power minus 1. A power minus 1 means 1 by a or not? 1 by a. So this A going to cancel. What you will get? 1. So anything power like this, anything power 0 is 1. Anything power 0 is 1. Okay. Now B power 0 1 plus 3C1. 3C1 is NC1 is n only, like the 3C1 is 3. A square B plus 3C2 is also 3. A B square plus 3C3 is 3C0. Both are same. That's why it is 1. And A power 0 1 B cube. Then you can write like this: A cube plus 3A square B plus 3AB square plus B cube. This is the what? The formula for A plus B whole cube. So like that you can also find the formula for A plus B whole power 4 or A plus B whole power 6, like that. If the expansion, if you want to know it simply, if you not remember the formula, if you sometimes you will by heart it and you cannot be remember it. So how it is coming, if you know, that time you can use the formula and you can get it. Okay. So this is the way you can able to expand the what using binomial theorem A plus B whole power n. You can expand in this way. Okay. Now, how can we expand 1 plus x whole power n? So, just A plus 1 is there, B plus x is there. That is only you need to understand. That's it. So, NC0, A plus 1 power n, x power 0 plus NC1 1 power n minus 1 x power 1 plus NC2 1 power n minus 2 x power 2 plus NC3 1 power n minus 3 here n minus 3 x power 3 and so on. It will be comes like this and so on it will come. Now we know one thing: NC0 1 and 1 power anything, and 1 power anything is 1 only. So that is 1 power n or 1 power n minus 1 or 1 power n minus 2 or 1 power n minus 3, whatever it is there, it is 1 only. Then if you simplify this one, we can write like this: NC0 1, 1 power n is 1, x power 0 is also anything power 0 is also be 1. So 1. So all these are ones. So first term is nothing but 1 only. First term is 1 plus NC1. So NC1. Okay. So NC1 is nothing but n or not? NC1 is nothing but n. So n 1 into 1 into x plus NC2. NC2 is n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial. We can write. So n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial. N into n minus 1 by 2 factorial into x square plus n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 by 3 factorial into x cube and so on. It will come like this. So now you can write. So 1 plus nx plus n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial into x square plus like this it is there, no? So n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 by 3 factorial into x cube and so on. That is 1 plus x whole power n is there. Now simple question I am asking you that if I take like this, what is that is 1 plus 0.1 whole power n. 1 plus 0.01 you take it, 0.01 whole power n. What I taken here 0.01, that is x place I taken 0.01. This 0.01 is very much less than 1 or not? This 0.01 is very much less than 1. Then we can write 1 plus n into 0.01 plus n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial into 0.01 whole square plus n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 by 3 factorial into 0.01 whole cube. 0.01 whole cube. See, what is happens here is already 0.01 is very small. So 0.01 whole square if you taken, it's too small. Like I say, if you see 0.01 whole square means you will get 0.0001. Is too small or not? It's too small. And 0.01 whole cube means it is completely very small, it will happen. So 1 is there here, starting 1 is there. If starting 1 is there, remaining are 0.001, 0.00001 means compared to 1, these are all very small or not? These are all very small. Means for example, 1000.001, 1000 almost all same or not? 1000.001 is almost same as, am I asking you that? 1000.001 is almost same as 1000 only or not? Okay, almost same. Yeah. The same manner, what you are going to take is here comparable 1 is there, no, and the remaining terms are too smaller. It is coming. Too smaller is coming means these extra higher terms are there, no, square, cube, all those things. These higher terms are going to be neglected. Why? They are getting too small value. That's why how I will write is 1 plus n into 0.01. So 1 is a larger value is there compared to 1 larger value. These are very smaller is coming. So when it is happening, this is happens what? Neglecting the higher powers. Neglecting the higher powers is happening because you take an axis. You take an axis very small value compared to 1. You take an axis very small value compared to 1. That time what we did? Higher terms we neglected. So here the main intention for us is, I am going to tell you that. Here I am going to tell you the same thing now. What is that? Is if 1 plus x whole power n is there, 1 plus x whole power n is there, in 1 plus x whole power n, if x is very much less than 1, like this, x is very smaller than compared to 1, then 1 plus x whole power n, you can write as a 1 plus nx. Why? What we did? We took only like this, no? We neglected these higher terms. What we did finally? 1 plus n into 0.01. The same way, if x is very smaller compared to 1 plus nx, higher terms can be neglected. So still we have higher terms, but those are very smaller. That's why we neglected those. That's why I wrote 1 plus x whole power n is equals to 1 plus nx. This is we need to be remember when x is very much less than 1. So how it is useful for us, you may ask. So this is useful for us in calculations wise. Suppose this is useful how in physics means, just you can go for one example. Root example, I am going to find you that root 37 is there. So root 37 is how much? Root 37 is how much? We need to find it out. So root 37 how much if you want it? So how first this can be find using this expression means I can tell you that root 37 shall I write like this. First you have to split having a square root value plus something. This can be written like this, 36 plus 1. This is 36 plus 1. In this 36 if I take common, then it is root 36 will come outside, and this is I am writing like this. First of all, this is 36 plus 1. Square root means power is 1 by 2. Square root power is 1 by 2. Now if I take common, 36 if I take common, 36 power 1 by 2. Still what is there inside the bracket? 36 came out, no? 1 plus. So 36 came out, but here only 1 is there. That's why it becomes 1 by 36 whole power 1 by 2. Root 36 is what? 6 only. 6. And we have 1 plus. And 1 plus 1 by what? 36. 1 by 36 means I can get you a value I am giving you. 1 by 36 is 0.0278. 0.0278. So it is 0.0278 whole power 1 by 2. Say this value is smaller compared to 1, it is smaller or not? Compared to 1, 0.0278 is anyhow it is very smaller. So our condition it is satisfied or not, you have to check it. You observe here, x is very much less than 1 means 1 plus x whole power n we can write 1 plus nx. In the same manner here, 0.0278 is very much less than 1. Like how you are writing 1 plus x whole power n and 1 plus mx. In the same way, I can write 1 plus n means what here? 1 by 2. 1 by 2. X is what? So 1 by 2. X is 0.0278. So 1 plus x whole power n I wrote as 1 plus nx. Why? Because x is very much less than 1. Now if you taken, this is 6 into 1 plus, if you divide this one with 2, 0.0139. And if you multiply, you will get it 6 into 1, 6 here. 6 plus 0.6 into this one is 0.0834. 6 into this if you multiply 0.0834. Then if you take it 6.0834. This is what? Root 37. 6.0834. Like this value if you doesn't know, root 37. In this binomial expansion you can use it and you can find the root for it. Then you can find the root for it. And you can do some example, one more example if you taken, you can understand well. Suppose if you taken the example like this. Now you have example 1001 whole power 1 by 3. This cube root, how much we need to be find it out. This cube root we can find like this. This can be written like this or not? 1000 plus 1 whole power 1 by 3. So 1000 plus 1 whole power 1 by 3 means if you take 1000 common, 1000 power 1 by 3 and 1 plus 1000 if you take it common in the sense in the bracket what you have 1 plus 1000 came out 1 by 1000 whole power 1 by 3. So 1000 you can write as a 10 cube whole power 1 by 3 and it is 1 plus 1000 in the sense 0.001 whole power 1 by 3. 1 by 1000 means you can write 0.001. Now 10 cube whole power 1 by 3 means 10 to 1 plus 0.001 whole power 1 by 3. Okay. Now you can observe again whether our condition is obeying or not. 1 plus x whole power n form is there or not? This one 1 plus x whole power n form. And x, if you observe it, this x is very much less than 1 or not? So 0.001 is very much less than 1. That's why 1 plus x is whole power n is there, and x is very much less than 1. What you are going to write? 1 plus x whole power n is equals to 1 plus nx. How you are going to write? Now here this can be written as 1 plus n. N means what? 1 by 3. 1 by 3 into 0.001. So this is outside, 10 is there, and if you taken this side here, so outside 10 is there, no? So 10 into here 1 plus n is 1 by 3. 1 by 3 into 0.001. Then if you multiply, if you take it inside the bracket, 10 plus 10 into 0.001 by 3. Now here 10 is there, 0.001 is there. No, 10 if you multiply, the decimal will be what? 1 0 will be reduced. 1 0 will be reduced. 100 if you multiply, 2 zeros will be reduced here. You know, 10 into 0.1 is 1. Because 0.1 means what? 1 by 10. That's why 10 into 0.1 is 1. Here 10 into 0.01. 0.01 means 0.1 means 0.1. Why 10 into 0.01 means 100. 1 0 cancelled, still 1 by 10 is there, that is 0.1. So like that, if you multiply with 10, what happens? 0.001 becomes 0.01. So I am going to tell that is that thing. So 10 plus 0.01, 10 into 0.001 by 3. Then 10 plus 0.01 by 3 means 0.00333, like that it will come. Then it will be 10.0033. This is what 1001 whole power 1 by 3 value. Like that. So using the same method, you need to be solve few examples I am going to give you. So one is here for practice you need to solve this. Example 1, 65. So whole power 1 by 3. 65 whole power 1 by 3, 1. Second one, 33 whole power 1 by 5. And these two you try it. Okay. 65 whole power 1 by 3 how much? 33 whole power 1 by 5 is how much? You try using this method. Okay, you can get the answer. And to practice these formulas and how you are approaching and those how we use in physics and all. So these kind of calculations we need in physics, because in objective pattern they won't be allowed the calculator to you. So they won't be allowed calculator means you need to have some methods to simplify the objectives. That's why we need these basic mathematics to learn physics well. Okay. So this is the session, and next session we will be discuss the another mathematical concepts. Okay. So take care. Have a nice day. Bye.